After the writer's strike back in 2008, the reality TV show boom was born. Networks needed a cheap way to keep pumping out content that didn't need scripts, so naturally, reality TV show was the answer. And it worked out well. Now most people think about shows like Jersey Shore, 16 and Pregnant, and who of course can forget the hit reality TV show, Kendra.
Did you ejaculate?
No. Because it wasn't that long.
Now personally, I think one of the more interesting types of these shows are insert job nobody would have batted an eye to normally, but give them a camera crew and treat them like rock stars. Most famously done by Pawn Stars, which for some reason I thought had been around since before 2009. A lot of the shows actually I thought had been around before 2009, but no, that was a hot year. A perfect renaissance in pop culture for a developing mind such as my own. I was 12. Now, recently I discovered a show that falls into that category I mentioned before, and man, it is, well, weirdly similar to Pawn Stars, but only in the bad ways. That show, of course, is The Liquidator, a Canadian reality TV show that follows Jeff Schwartz, the owner of a liquidation house, as we follow his relentless pursuit in finding deals. That's basically it. It's just the whole show is this guy trying to screw people over with deals. And you may be thinking, Chris, that sounds boring as shit, and well, I don't blame you, but there are plenty of goofs to be had, don't you worry. Now, unlike Pawn Stars, this guy deals with an inventory of shit most people probably don't want to buy. And you're about to see why. Also, I wonder, how did they find this guy? Did he apply? Or were they sending scouts out to different liquidation houses, found Jeff, and were like, buddy, we are gonna make you a star on Canadian television.
Most people look at roadkill and go disgust. I look at roadkill as a fresh meal.
Pro tip if you're in the business of committing first-degree murder and getting away with it, this guy will almost certainly take those remains off your hands, just so long as you, I guess, jar and pickle them first. Our first deal of the day is Jeff stumbling onto this absolute steal. A truck with a few pallets of nearly expired cat food in the back of it.
I bought 1,103 cases of kitty food for 1,800 bucks.
Most people in this situation might say something like, hey, you get that thing out of here right now, but no, not Jeff. Jeff sees dollar signs. Yeah, this guy gets what Rick and the gang say no to at the History Channel.
I don't know much about cats. The catch is that I've only got 60 days to sell it.
So far, Jeff, not the shining beacon of a businessman from what I'm hearing so far. Now, to test out the quality of this cat food and ultimately decide if he wants to buy it, we're gonna first test it out on Jeff's geriatric dog.
I'll go to 1,500 if the dog eats it.
1,500?
1,500.
2,300 if the dog eats it.
2,300.
Yep.
All right, 2,300 if he eats it, 1,500 if he throws it up. Now, I have not watched much of this show yet. I've not watched any of it. This is the first time seeing it. How often is it that Jeff peddles his old dog around like this to make sales?
Oh.
All right, I'm not really getting salesman of the year vibes here. He is not selling this very well at all. Fuck. No, it's fresh.
2,300 if the dog eats it. 1,500 if he runs.
And $10,000 if you eat it.
I tell you, when I opened up that food, I got a weak stomach. Oh, God.
Those are very clearly different shots from different times and locations of him gagging and coughing. How often does this kind of thing happen to him? Maybe the fact that this is barely tolerable to be within 5 feet of should already be enough for you to not give it to your cloudy-eyed dog that is already knocking at death's door. But shockingly, a dog eats a thing, so that's that. This sale has to be responsible for the deaths of probably 700 cats in the tri-state area at least. Now, while this may have been a tough deal for this guy to swallow, something that isn't is a delicious meal from the sponsor of today's video, HelloFresh. One of my favorite hobbies is cooking. I spend most of my time watching recipe videos online and making fun new dishes, but sometimes it's nice on the weeknight to have all of that made easier with a meal kit from HelloFresh. By now you guys know HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit, and that is for good reason. They deliver fresh, pre-packaged ingredients right to your door, all pre-measured for your convenience. Not only does it save you on prep time, but it also saves you a trip to the grocery store, which especially around this time of year can be hectic. I worked in a grocery store, which means I've already spent more time in one than most do in their entire lives. And that is enough. HelloFresh has easy-to-follow foolproof recipes, so no matter what your cooking experience is, you'll have no problem putting these meals together. And by these meals, I mean the over 50 recipes you can choose from each week, including fit and wholesome recipes for balanced, veggie-filled dishes under 650 calories. So, if you want to try these meal kits out for yourself, Go to my link below and use my code ChrisJamesJUN10 and receive 10 free meals plus free appetizers for life. That's one appetizer item per box while subscription is active if you're in the US. The link and code are valid in all countries and the respective local discount will apply. So I hope you guys do check them out. Thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring, and now back to the video.
A dog has never decided a deal for me before.
Okay, 2,300.
Done.
My favorite thing about shows like this is after the deal, within like 2 minutes, they get on for a confessional like this. And they're like, yeah, I kind of got fucked in the ass on this one, but you know, that's business. I fucking hate Jeff. So deal number 1, slam dunk for Jeff. As we'll come to find out is how most things end up working out for him, no matter how much financial ruin lays in his path.
So that native deal that you had me go look at and pick up? This is it?
This is like that room in your second aunt's house that also smells like old wooden carpet. Also, there's another spare bedroom full of swords for some reason.
And teddy bears, all the on the walls from China. I can buy these masks for $1.50 anywhere. I hope he's not expecting a lot of money for this stuff. No wonder Mike didn't want it.
I love how that dude pulled up with a truck of nearly expired foul cat food, and Jeff was like, I'm sitting on a goddamn gold mine here. And with this room, he's like, this is all garbage. I'm fucking ruined. I owe some bad people some money. Like, it's definitely not the life or death situation he seems to be making it out to be. It seems to be some decent stuff. More than pallets of cat food, I can tell you that. So after being less than enthused with the items in this deal, he's gonna go meet up with the guy that they're buying it all from, take a look around, and see if maybe there's anything else in this estate sale worth buying. Because I guess that was just like a part of this entire estate that he's bought. I have no clue how any of this works. That might help. If I know one thing about my audience, it is that it is filled with liquidation house owners and people in the business. So school me in the comments, or don't. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to.
I wouldn't mind leaving here with a clean pair of shorts and the old motorhome.
He just fucking shit his pants.
Everything that's in here would go by auction. There's farm equipment. That's a great tractor. This is all the lumber that'll go.
And over here is my room full of expired cat food. I don't know what that voice I just did was, but it was not this guy's voice.
I can't be intimidated, nor do I like to intimidate, but I don't mind planting seeds of fear.
I will say, this old Canadian dude, he's got some hard-ass lines. I don't mind planting seeds of fear. So from my very little understanding of how this deal works, I think Jeff makes a sale from all of this, his commission is going to be $9,000. If so, not bad, Jeff, not bad. Now after that deal, we head over to a tattoo shop that also sells antiques, or an antique shop that also does tattoos. I wonder which is more of a common occurrence. Like, well, I'm buying these 7 dream catchers and well, I've never had my nipples pierced. Now let me warn you, what you are about to see is a level of down bad that we rarely see on this channel. Aside from MILF Manor, of course, but that doesn't count.
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
Where'd you come from?
I've been hiding on you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I've heard about you.
Oh, you've heard about me? Wow.
His horny ass, he's just like, wow.
Honest to God, Scotty has just revolutionized the antique secondhand market.
I hate more than anything the way he is looking at her right now, because at first she was just like, hey, yeah, I like you, I like your show. It's a fun show, and then he gets one good look at her. Damn, I know you said you had some pieces for me. I didn't know you meant a fine piece of ass.
She's distracting me.
I think he likes women a lot. I can definitely get that feeling from him.
Yeah, he really likes women, I guess.
Shelby's my secret weapon in negotiations.
This shop owner peddles Shelby around like Jeff does with his decrepit dog to get a sale.
What's the story with those boots?
There are muckalucks. This is seal.
Muckalucks?
Muckalucks. Yeah, have you heard of them?
I like a muckaluck.
A muckaluck.
Okay, Jeff needs to calm the hell down because every other thing out of his mouth is just plain thirst. She's just like, yeah, this is a pair of Native American footwear. It was often worn in the... Try them on? What do you mean? Like, can you try them on? Come on, take your shoes off, put them on. Socks too.
Excuse me, Shelby, could you just reach down there and grab that for me? No, that one there.
Okay, I just did that bit a second ago, but this is not too far off.
Doesn't hurt to give a nice smile.
That's not all, it's not just the face. Trying to play.
That's Jeff, right? He's a lady killer.
I don't know about all that. Watch him ask her out after all of this, get rejected, and then just sit in his car pissed off with all these Native American artifacts like, man, what am I gonna do with this fucking hoof?
Can I shake your hand?
Sorry.
How about a hug?
You want a hug?
Yeah, I'm all over that.
I'm all over that. God, keep this man away from her, please. So now after that god-awful exchange, we're gonna head on over to Jeff's buddy Paulo's cigar shop, who's expanding into the bigger space across the street. And that means we get to see Jeff look like a total pimp with that cigar. Wow, what a frickin' boss. But now we're gonna head across the street to where he's expanding to, which was formerly a salon, to see if Jeff can swoop up any of the old equipment, and of course, the financial detriment of his friend Paulo will ensue. If we're lucky, maybe the salon left behind a pallet or two of old cat food. Who knows? Anyone's guess. And right off the bat, Jeff is not too excited about anything here. I hate to keep harping on it, but that cat food deal surprisingly set the bar high for this episode. But now Jeff is going to apply a high IQ salesman maneuver and not buy anything, and instead ask for money.
I was wondering how much you would pay me to haul this out.
I had some friends, you know, they warned me about him.
Yeah, my friends warned me about Jeff, which is why none of my female employees are working today.
500.
$400.
Okay, forget it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I thought I didn't have you there for a minute.
Some would say Paulo left today with a less than ideal sale, and some would be right, he got pretty fucked, I think, because Jeff then calls a salon friend of his to come in after what looks like not even 5 minutes after Paulo left and see if she wants to buy anything. Any of the stuff that Jeff just got paid to own. Let's just hope Jeff can keep it in his goddamn pants this time.
If you look at the way my hair's done, it tells you right there and then exactly why I know all about hair salon.
When it comes to like, negotiation, I always win.
I don't know if this makes sense, but the way that they're doing these confessional shots, it looks like they're having a conversation with each other, but not quite looking at each other.
450 for everything. What major? I gotta start with that one.
He fucking chokes on the cigar. Like, 500 for the mats. Imagine them doing this deal and Paulo's just watching from outside the window, realizing he should have just called her instead. But while Jeff was able to sell those mats, he still has a bunch of salon equipment now at the warehouse that he's gotta move so he can make way for all of those Native American artifacts that he bought earlier. And no, not just the ones that he bought so he could potentially score with Shelby, but the ones also from that big estate sale.
You give me $1,100, you can have it all.
You gotta watch him. He's slippery. No, I can't do 11. If he gets a chance, he'd skin you alive.
So far, my favorite part about this show is basically every episode having at least 5 people separately saying, yeah, Jeff's kind of a piece of shit, but I got a business to run. Also, am I seeing this correctly, but is that all of the cat food he bought earlier? Because I thought he said that he sold it all, or did he previously have a stock of cat food already in the warehouse? A mystery for another day, perhaps. For now, the only thing on the agenda is auctioning off all of the artifacts that he's accumulated throughout the episode.
We just start the auction. Most of the bidders are online. And guess what? The internet done. Closed. Shut. What's going on? Back on? Okay, thank God.
Well, that was a 20-second problem at tops.
Have a look at this one here. Buffalo hide floor drum with 2 stands. 200, 220, 220 down 230, 230 down 40, 240 down 250, 240 bid on 250, 250 bid on 260. Sold.
I've got buyers for that for $950. I've already phoned them. I'll drop it off tonight. Done.
I love how this show is just a spiderweb of people fucking over each other in this business one after another.
I bought these muckalucks for $100. I probably overpaid, but for a good reason.
Please, Jeff, for the love of God, stop reminding me of that side of you. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. But the auction is a surprise hit and Jeff comes out on top, as he always does in seemingly every deal he makes. That's the one thing that we don't often see in Pawn Stars. We usually see Rick and the gang get a steal with whatever they're buying, but not often do we see him turn around and make even more money selling it in the same episode. I'm just imagining everyone that he ripped off in this episode watching on TV like,
Stuff them Rolly did fantastic. I hit nearly $21,000 in sales.
well guys, that was The Liquidator. I know tens of thousands of people have been requesting me to talk about this Canadian reality TV show about a liquidation warehouse, and well, you finally got it. You may have also been thinking throughout this video, man, Chris, that's a hot shirt. And it looks different than the shirts you've shown us before, and that's because it is. It's a new drop with the original Diner Collection merch. It's a hot purple. This is honestly my favorite color so far, and if you want to pick up one for yourself, it should be either down below the video on my store tab or chrisjames.shop. With all that being said, thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to check out HelloFresh, link down below, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.